Leo Tang.
RBH North Presence, Mary Crossroads Boxing. Oh, 3 Yorkshire lads, wrapped up warm in the frost. Eric the van driver, Ricky on the tracks, CJ in the corner, spreading that Yorkshire Christmas gloss. Inside, a couple pints by the fire, straight talk, no filter on the mic. Previews, predictions, breaking down the fight. This is Crossroads Boxing, where the real ones meet. RBH North, feel the Yorkshire Christmas beat. We bring on the fighters, the managers too, promoters spilling secrets, interviews coming through. Eric's got the stories from the road and the ring. Ricky's breaking down tactics, every jab and swing. CJ knows the corner, how to build a champ, from amateur dreams to the big festive round. Yorkshire through and through, full of festive glee. Previews and predictions, interviews on fire, boxing talk forever, with mince pies and quiet. Crossroads Boxing, RBH North in the house. Eric, Rick, and CJ, hear the Yorkshire Christmas shout. No matter where you tune in tonight, the North is never far away, we're keeping up the fight. 3 lads from the heartland, proud of San Antonio, never proud sports boxing to one and all. RBH North, Mary Crossroads Boxing, Yorkshire lads, let's go.
Well,
guys.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry
Evening.
Christmas.
Welcome to Top of the
That's
Pops with me,
suddenly.
Ken Bruce.
Hey, that's a
Welcome,
perfect
guys,
start.
to Crossroads in Boxing, the Christmas special. I hope you love that tune. Eric got that made up for us today. Happy, very, very happy little tune there. You're joined tonight by me, CJSP8, the main man, Eric ERF. Eric, you all right, buddy? And
I'm good,
Ricky,
bro, I'm good.
the Hands of Stone hand. Bang, bang. We've got a massive show tonight, guys. Christmas special. We've all got our finest Christmas jumpers on.
We have. I've been forced to do this. I thought, seeing as Ricky was making us do this, I thought, you know what? I'll whip up a Christmas tune with AI. And we've got our Christmas thumbnail and everything. So we went all out. But I'm excited for this one, boys. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah,
we've got a lot of boxing to talk about. A lot of boxing. There is a lot happening this weekend. And I think we'll go to the Hands of Stone himself. Ricky, where are you starting us off, buddy?
First off, I want to say congratulations to Shannon Courtney on her win the other day at the weigh-in. Didn't see the performance myself, still got to tune in on that. But I don't know if you guys caught up with her, but it's probably good to see her back on the stage, really, and see her back in that ring.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry, mate.
Yeah, go on, Siege. Go on. No, go on, Siege.
It's been a long time. She's had a long time out. I reckon Jake Paul. Well, he's the man in it for the platform for women at the minute. He's giving every single woman a chance, and he's snapping up every single world champion and every woman who's been a world champion. So, if there's any team to go with at the minute, she's certainly gone the right way. and she'll be paid a lot of fucking money to do so as well. So good luck to her, and hopefully it brings out an even better version than we've seen of Shannon, because I do think she's still got levels to go to. She's still only young, obviously. And yeah, I hope this stage of her career we're going to see an even more dominant Shannon Courtenay.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like she set off well, didn't she? She had a promising start. She had a couple of ups and downs. She got the win over the blonde bomber. She's probably had to deal with a lot of mental issues as well. She's had her own battles. Eric, do you see her now making that move? She's looking well. She looks healthy. She looks fit. She looks good for her weight. She's normally struggled with her weights. Where do you see her going from there? Can she make it?
I think at the moment it's the perfect place for her, because boxing right now for the females being an MVP is perfect. There's a lot of girls there. Whether you win, whether you lose as well, the stable Jake Paul's got is that deep that you can do round robins where fighters lose and still get another fight. Shannon, I'm not too sure what we're going to get from her now. I didn't watch that fight, so I need to go back and see her performance. But as in what she can do forward, like CJ said, she came out like a steam train, really, or hot on the scene, really excited, beat Ebony Bridges, which was a big fight at the time. And then obviously she had her issues outside of the ring. And she seems to have changed a lot. I think personality-wise, I think when boxing first started, the women felt like they had to act a certain way. They couldn't really be. Shannon Courtenay was on the side of Ebony Bridges. He's turning boxing into a strip club and stuff like that. And I think she went through, as a girl, she went through probably a lot of issues and stuff like that outside of the ring. She's come back. She looks different in herself. She looks different. She clearly looks confident now. So hopefully she does rack up a couple of wins on MVP and gets a big fight.
Yeah,
can I just say, Ricky, quickly?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
This is a Leeds United Christmas jumper, so keep your snidey little comments to yourself. Sit back in your chair and just listen up. All right, son.
Rinse him for that.
We'll fucking rinse you for that. So, boys, this Friday, we've got, to be fair, this weekend, we've got so much boxing to talk about. The main one for this Friday is the Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua card, the card that us boxing fans, myself, Eric, I don't know about you, CJ. You're a bit suspect in these circumstances, but we definitely did. You're suspect with this YouTube bullshit. I don't care what you say. So we didn't want to see it. We didn't want to see it, but we're getting it. We're getting it. So we're going to discuss it, boys. Right. First up, you've got two UFC legends that we're not going to talk about, but I want to mention him because I used to be a big fan of Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva versus Tyron Woodley.
Anderson Silva beats him on points.
Yeah, Anderson Silva's a former pro boxer. He didn't do too well, and I think he has eaten a couple of defeats.
He's good.
He was a former pro. His record's 3-2, 3 wins, 2 losses.
He was the first one to beat Chavez Jr. He beat Chavez Jr.
Yeah, he was bad for boxing, that. Mind you, Chavez Jr. was just bad for boxing all around her. I don't. BoxRec has sort of made a mess of the organisation of this card, so I'm just going to read it off. We'll go first with Caroline Dubois, her MVP debut after being snuck up from under the carpet by MVP from Boxer. CJ, she's going up against Camila Panetta for a WBC World Lightweight title. Who have you got with this one? It's got to be Dubois, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a good first bout for her with MVP. They're wanting her to look dominant. I had a quick flick through earlier of Panetta's record. No one of much caliber on there. I know that Gongora, she's boxed, that Espinoza, but other than that, no. There's some wins on there. There's a couple of losses on there, and she's not a puncher either, so it's a very safe bet. I didn't expect much more, to be fair, because they're going to want her to look good and impress the new range of fans that she's going to get. The big thing is that she wins. She wins in style, because I think a lot of people are gunning for Caroline, and I think Caroline's shouted out a lot of people. So I think the future is very, very bright for her as long as she gives us a sparkling performance here.
I feel like Caroline Dubois is one of those that, yeah, she's called out a lot of fighters. She's probably upset a lot of people calling out certain names, where I feel like technically she's not really done too much to earn those big fights currently. People may disagree. The biggest name on her record for me is Jessica Kamara, who we know she was battering, but she ended up as a technical draw. But then the last fight she had, she gassed. Eric can back up on this one because this is who I've had conversations with, where she gassed, sort of got over the line with the win. But Eric, I believe you scored it a draw.
Yeah. For Caroline, the fight, what Ricky's talking about, I think it was against Bo Mirejin, CJ's favourite one. CJ's favourite one to say. It was. She sort of, the thing with Caroline is that I think she expected to blow her out of there. She gassed out, got hurt late. She did well to stay on her feet. Definitely a heart of a champion. She wanted to stay. She wanted to stay in there. She was hurt. But sometimes you've got to have those hard fights just to recalibrate what's going on with your career. Because sometimes fights can be really easy. The Jessica Kamara fight, like you mentioned, Ricky, she was blowing her out. The head clash, it ended up a technical draw. Then she goes out. She's another. This was meant to be a title defense showcase. Let's see what happens here. And she struggled a bit. But sometimes that's good for young fighters to struggle in that way, where you come away with the win, but now you go back to training camp and think, I don't want that to happen again. I'm not going to gas again in another fight when it gets like that. I can't be in that position. So for me, I think should have learned a lot from that. Moving to MVP was obvious. She's been flirting with MVP on Twitter for so long. The amount of tweets she's done about MVP. So I'm happy she's finally got that move. And she's in a place where she's going to get promoted properly, and the promotion she deserves. I watched the press conference today. Her and Baumgartner was going back and forth, which I like to see. It showed a bit of her personality, that she's not going to sit there and let someone talk shit to her. So I'm excited about Caroline's career. Obviously, she was my first ever interview doing this stuff. So I take great pride in that, and I hope she can pull it out. And I think this is a showcase fight for her. Certainly a showcase fight where she'll show that she is levels above this girl. And I'd love to see the Baumgartner fight. I'd love to see it because Baumgartner hasn't looked great in the last two fights. So yeah, I'd love to see that fight.
Yeah, it's one of those where I feel like Caroline does need that performance. Obviously, if she's gassing in the last fight that she had, just calling out the likes of Terry Harper, established world champions of the divisions, Baumgartner went backwards and forwards. So she definitely needs to make that statement to just put a money where her mouth is, and really push on and get those fights that she's one that we probably think she deserves, but two that she needs for her career, because when she was at boxes, she did stagnate a little bit. Now it's time for her to really push on and get those fights. We've got Shanika Johnson versus Amanda Galley. Do you boys know about these two?
I don't know much on either, to be honest.
Shanika Johnson, I know about. She's a very good fighter. I believe she's from Australia or New Zealand, something like that. Yeah, she's good. She's decent, decent fighter. I expect her to win. I do expect Shanika Johnson. Sugarneek, they call her. A name I know CJ likes the sound of.
Yokasta Val versus Yadira Bastillo.
Who's that? Sorry, say that again.
Yokasta Val against Yadira Bastillos.
Yokasta Valle, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about her opponent. I have heard of and I have seen Yokasta Valle fight. I expect her to win. I don't know much about her opponent.
All right then, Alicia Baumgartner versus Layla Bodin. Alicia's coming back from since being out against Jennifer Miranda with a unanimous decision win. Obviously, she had that no contest against Is it Delphine Person with a cut?
Persoon Delphine.
With the fucking cuts. Yeah. So
Delphine Persoon, yeah.
Again, calling out Dubois. We know that Alicia's capable. She's been at the height. She's been at the top of the divisions for so long.
She's not calling Dubois out. She's Ricky. She ain't calling Dubois out. She doesn't want to fight Dubois. Any fighter that tells another fighter, "Oh, you're a young pup, you need to do more," you're not interested in fighting them. And you're both world champions. I don't care what Alicia says. Caroline Dubois is a world champion, and she deserves a fight. I think those two names together, that's probably Alicia Baumgartner's biggest fight that she could probably make right now, outside of Serrano, which I don't think is going to happen. I don't see any other big fight there is for Alicia Baumgartner or Caroline Dubois at this moment in time. So I generally think that should be next. If Jake Paul's smart, hopefully they both put on really good performances and Jake Paul does that fight next, because I believe that could be a headliner. Those two could definitely be a headliner.
Is Alicia the one? I think it might have been a few years ago now on the social media when she was calling out Clarissa Shields. Yeah, she did pop dirty during that time as well. Is that the same? Is that the same situation then?
Yeah. She got cleared due to some contamination of travel of basically the handling of the of her sample. That's how she got cleared. So make of that what.
Yeah, typical. All right, boys, let's move on. The main event: AJ versus Jake Paul. CJ, I want to hear it from you right now, this second. Does Jake Paul upset the apple cart? Can he upset the apple cart? I have seen the weigh-ins. I've seen him. There is like this much fucking height difference. So can he do it?
Jake Paul sleeps AJ in 3. Look at
Let's get fucking Eric jumping at the bit.
We'll put that bit out, and then he can give his proper figure.
I think Paul survives the first round. I can imagine that being in a contract at some point or something. Let him breathe, let him live for a round. Yeah, I really can. I see AJ. If it's the real AJ, if it's the real deal, he stops him in the second heavily, very, very heavily. I could see Jake going down from a jab. He's going to be like a rabbit in the headlights in there. I don't understand the match. The bookies, fucking like 7-1 or 8-1 and shit. I don't. I think that's absolutely crazy. Oh, there we go.
Do they know something that we don't, or are they trying to make it not look?
Yeah.
Are they trying to make it not look as one-sided as it actually is when you think about it?
They're baiting us massively with that. Go on, Eric. You're chomping at
what it is just AJ don't ever get respect. People just need to. Basically, I'll say it blunt. People need to fuck about and find out. That's what they need to do. Because Ngannou fucked around and found out. These people, anybody on this God's green earth that generally in their heart think Jake Paul's got a chance in this fight is crazy. The first round is fucking 3 minutes. This guy has to survive 3 minutes. It doesn't work outside of it just being AJ and Jake Paul. You look at the skill sets of both fighters, just completely take out the names, everything. The skill sets of the fighters is completely different. There's levels to this game, and I just don't get it. I think this doesn't go outside the first round. I think AJ is about to make an absolute statement on him.
You've got Jake Paul now, the YouTube marketing genius of himself, going against the heavyweight king at once upon a time of the division for quite a few years. What is the game? Obviously, the method of thinking and everything else. What is the game plan that you're Jake Paul right now? Siege is your corner man. You're his corner man. You're his coach. You haven't got the experience or the amateur pedigree that AJ has. What is your game plan going into that ring against the big man?
The game plan's simple. That sounds silly with it being AJ, but the game plan is simple. Being so small, you've got to be elusive. You've just got to be on your toes constantly. And he's a southpaw. He's got that in his credit. Listen, he can punch a little bit. He can move. He's learned how to box. He's learning his trade as he's moving on. I've seen him in ring. He's training with some absolute world-class fighters from time to time. He's just got to move constantly. AJ is going to be long. AJ is going to keep out his rope jab. He just needs to not be on the end of anything. I can imagine him being very low, slipping down, jabbing to the body constantly. But as soon as he gets touched, he's done for. I've got to say, Dan, who if anyone's reading the comments, Dan, QPR Rangers, has been on the show a couple of times. We love you to pieces, Dan, but you've had a bump on the head or something, mate. You must be suffering from a concussion. What's going on, brother?
So you're thinking then, keep elusive, keep moving, wait for AJ to tire out potentially, and then try and take control and advantage over that situation.
Just keep moving. That's all he can do. He can't come and fight AJ. So Dan's saying nah there. What do you want? Do you expect him to fucking go off and trade with him? Go trade with one of the biggest punchers in the heavyweight division? That's crazy. It's crazy, man. If he stays away, that's his only chance of nicking. I don't mean nicking around, surviving around. He's just keep moving. That's it.
Yeah.
The ring is 22, but the ring is 22 by 22 for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I'll
let me
say.
put this one to
Yeah,
you.
go on.
You've got AJ, like you said, the height advantage between AJ and Jake Paul is crazy beyond belief. How did we go from, and we know the background, we know the story, but I'm talking now sense-wise of like the governing bodies here, the ones that are supposed to be out there to protect the fighters. How did we go from Jake Paul fighting 5 foot, what is it, 5'5"? Gervonta Davis is tiny.
Same size as Yuriki.
Is he 5'8"? He's not 5'8".
You're not 5'8".
I'm fucking 5'8". I'm 6 foot.
Anyway,
how do we go from Jake Paul being allowed to fight at a stupid weight against Gervonta Davis, who never fought those weights before, regardless of whether he's an elite fighter or not, to then go from that to AJ? How have we, not us, but how was that being allowed to happen within the sport?
Firstly, before I go, shout out Steve. What's up, mate? How are you doing? Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in, Steve.
Money. When that Tank fight fell through and Netflix ultimately pulled it, they needed an opponent that would sell. They could not because the Tank fight wasn't even selling that great anyway. I was hearing it wasn't selling that great. So when they pulled Tank out, Jake Paul needed an opponent for Netflix to say yes. Netflix had to approve the opponent. They declined Nate Diaz too. I believe they declined. I don't even know if they accepted the Tommy Fury one, but they needed a name. And Jake Paul, at the end of the day, once he knew he was fighting Tank, the amount of money that kid would have spent, that payday needed to be heavy. And Anthony Joshua was on his list. Fair play to him. But this is dangerous. This is genuinely dangerous. I said it against Ngannou, and Ngannou's a heavyweight, a big man. I said that fight wouldn't go past 3 rounds. I gave Ngannou a chance. Not a chance. I gave Ngannou 3 rounds to survive because of the size of him. That was the only reason why I said 3 rounds. Because of the size, getting around the size. This fight, I don't believe goes past the 1st round. Jake Paul will be on the outside, but what Joshua will do is Joshua will feint a lot, which will force Jake Paul's hands, because when Joshua's feinting, Jake Paul will react. He will react. It's just gonna be natural. A bigger man in front of you, if he's feinting to do something, you're going to react, and Joshua will pick up on on how he reacts to certain shots.
Read them, yeah.
And then I believe Joshua he'll probably land a left hook or an uppercut, and that'll be it for Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul, the referee, will jump in. I think as soon as he sees Jake Paul hurt, he jumps in and saves him, and that'll be the end of it. I can't see this fight going past 1 round.
No, and do you know what, Ricky? I'll say it for all of us, and I have respect for him for doing it. And he's got like Trey on the comments. Big up, Trey. I love you, 100%, boss.
100%.
The bollocks he has to take this is massive, and people slagging it. And the common argument that 100%. I've had asked to me is, what about these journeymen or boxers that have fought small hall all their life, never been given a chance? I appreciate that. I understand that. But if this fight was in front of you, you would fucking take it. So don't tell me you wouldn't, because it's money you couldn't even imagine. Yeah. Even in my vegetative, hibernative state at this minute, I would take that fight on a second's notice.
I would cover myself in fucking baby oil so they couldn't touch me.
What I will say is, it's obvious it's about money, because it was said that Joshua was going to fight Cassius Chaney on the November 22nd card. Had Joshua versus Cassius Chaney happened, everyone would be saying, why is Joshua fighting this guy? Who is this guy? You know what I mean? He's going to get stick for that no matter what. You coming back to a Cassius Chaney who nobody in England's seen Cassius Chaney fight. Unless you're an actual boxing fan and you watch. He's American. He's American. Yeah, so unless you watch all boxing constantly, you're not going to know who he is. So he would have got flagged off for that no matter what. So I'm guessing him and Eddie said, listen, we fight Cassius Chaney, we're going to blow him out, you're going to get flagged off for this amount of money. You fight Jake Paul, you're going to blow him out, you're going to get flagged off for this amount of money. Which one are you choosing? So,
I know it's money, and we'll revert back to money. And yeah, money. Obviously, the thing is money would attract, say, like Dave Allen, the likes of those heavyweights. But Jake Paul's got money.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it. But Jake Paul's got money.
I said it before. This isn't even about Jake Paul. Like, Jake Paul is entitled to do whatever. Jake Paul came into boxing with fights like this. Like, Jake Paul hasn't done anything different. He's come into boxing calling out boxers, not being taken serious. He's fought MMA fighters. Then he's fought one boxer, active boxing. Tommy Fury lost to him. So Jake Paul is doing his thing. Like, that is a circus in itself. Him fighting is always going to generate eyes, views, everything. My issue was, and it has been, is with the pro fighters. If that's what you're going to do, it's for every boxing fan, it's a bit of a joke. It's really a bit of a joke, because the amount of fighters like Cassius Chaney, who's worked from an amateur, worked up the rankings or whatever, works to fight the likes of AJ, and a kid from YouTube, just because he gets views, he gets the opportunity to fight AJ. So for a fighter like Cassius Chaney, that's shit. That is shit, because I've worked. Yeah, go on.
Also, as well as the boxers taking that, like you said, people like Chaney, who was probably rubbing his hands together thinking, I'm going to get the big money fight here with AJ. Also, you've got to put some blame on the governing bodies, because they're approving these fights. I know plenty of people who've been rejected.
It's the sanctioning.
The sanctioning, but the sanction of it then, because I know plenty of people that can't even get a license.
It's a commission.
The sanctioning bodies, for me, primarily blame the pro fighters. Well, yeah, the promoters, Eddie Hearn, Money Man. But my main beef was, how did he go from fighting a little lightweight Gervonta Davis to then fighting Anthony Joshua? And it is down to money, and that's the shambles of it, and we all are pissed off with it. What is obviously the worst case scenario is the unthinkable happens, right? If the unthinkable happens, that's the worst case scenario for boxing. You got to take that money and fucking run, because we never want to see you again. But what I want to know is we're linking AJ with this Chaney from his comeback fight. AJ weren't planning on coming back until next year. We all seen the message circling for the Dave Allen and Mahmoudov fight, and I know which fight we'd rather see. What happened to the Mahmoudov fight? Brilliant fight.
He was No, Ricky, they'd signed to fight on November the 22nd. It was a surprise fight. They were going to turn up and then they were going to announce it, I think maybe on the weigh-in. At the weigh-in, they was going to announce that AJ was fighting in Saudi. That was the plan. The Makhmudov thing was fake. Apparently it was fake. It wasn't real. So, but I would rather see a Makhmudov fight for AJ than a Jake Paul fight. I'm not.
You've crashed out there.
This fight.
But would I forgot what I was gonna fucking say now. Yeah.
While you're thinking that, while you're thinking it through, mate, big shout out to Brian Kelsall. Hopefully you send us some Conor news soon. You've always got our backing at Crossroads, mate. Do you want to change it up, Ricky?
Yeah, I want to move on from this. I want to talk about some proper boxing now. Saturday night, we've got a fight in Leeds. Main headline is Callum Simpson versus Troy Williams, one of our own, in Callum Simpson, that is. On the undercard, you've got the likes of Corey Sager, local lad, against Joe Hardy. You got Max Curtis versus Jacob Mara, Bradley Casey against Dylan Courtney. Tom Rafferty is back in action against Grant Dennis. We all know Grant is a fucking top journeyman, that guy. Ellis Ward against John Cleary. Sam Hickey against Ali Jazvenko. Frankie Stringer against Levi Guys. And Blair Cobbs against Elliot Whale.
Giles.
I don't know if you boys want to talk about any of those guys. I'm just interested in this fight, mainly for the main event, and we have got a lot to cover still, so it's up to you guys if you want to talk about any of the other
I'll jump in a quick one of I've been in the corner for Corey, one of Jason Cunningham's boxers in Barnsley. I've also been in the away corner against Corey twice. Corey can punch. He works very, very hard. He's got a very big following in Barnsley. Joe Hardy from Leeds. I've been in Nick Manners' trainer. I've been in his corner for a couple of fights now as well in the away side. This is by far his biggest test for Corey because Joe knows his way around that ring. If he turns on the gas, it can be a trouble for anybody in your it was a bit 4-rounder. So yeah, he's going to switch on. It's going to be a very good test for him. I'm looking forward to that one. And one more as well, Levi Giles from Grimsby. I've been in his trainer's corner, Matty Teague, a few times. Teague's team, they train really hard. They're all really good guys. Levi's a fantastic little boxer. He was a great amateur. He's only come up short to Michael Gomez Jr., Reece Bellotti, and I think he pulled a draw against Kez Ashfaq. So he really has got the talent. Frankie Stringer, I do think maybe a level or two above, but I'm going to back Levi. I'm going to go for it with grit and determination, fingers crossed. But yeah, it's a cracking card. But the main event is absolutely ecstatic.
Yeah, I'm a massive Callum Simpson fan, as you boys are fully well aware. There's it seemed to be when they were weighing up against each other, quite a bit of height difference as well. Now, Simpson, he went up against the unknown Ivan Zuko in his last fight for the European title. I was there in person, ringside. Dropped a couple of times. I weren't sure if I don't think he was hurt, but I think a lot of it were nerves. He seemed to be, he had a lot of nervous energy going into that fight, and he got caught quite early on a few times before getting the stoppage against Zuko. Can he afford to do that against the likes of someone that's experienced as Troy Williamson?
No. Troy Williamson, if anything, can punch. He can punch. He's a good fighter. I believe Callum Simpson wins this. I believe Callum wins this fight, but it's not going to be an easy fight. If he stops Williamson, I'll be impressed. I'll be very impressed if he stops him. Williamson's a tough guy. He's been down. He's come back. He's won fights he shouldn't have won as well in his journey. He's just been sparring Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr. So he's had decent sparring. So yeah, it's not a gimme fight. It's certainly not a gimme fight, but it's a good fight for the next step. It's a good fight for the next step for me, for Callum Simpson. And I expect a unanimous decision. If he gets the stoppage, I'll be impressed.
Yeah, he's never been stopped before in his 4 defeats. He's never been stopped. The upsets that I saw that he won against were Ted Cheeseman at the time, the big cheese. When he were coming up, he won his last fight. I think he's been beat. He's been in the ring with the likes of Josh Kelly, Adriarco, Ishmael Davis as well. He's been there with some very experienced caliber of his opponents compared to probably Callum Simpson. But he is 34. Like I say, he's never been stopped. But CJ, can he get the stoppage in there if we're going to predict this Callum Simpson win?
I think Troy's. I know he's only 34. I know in boxing terms it's sort of here or there whether you're over the hill or not. But I think Troy's at the back end of his career. I do think we've not got the best Troy Williamson anymore. I think Troy Williamson of a few years ago, this may be too much for Callum. As of now, I think maybe it's the perfect fight. I think he's going to take Callum deep because Troy is always fit. And he's a big punching man and he can take a good whack. Obviously, as you say, he's never been stopped. If there's a stoppage, it'd be very late on because I think Troy's going to start very well. And as we said, the last couple of times, Callum hasn't started fantastic, certainly against Zuko. So can he stop him? I'm going to say yes, he can, but I don't see it myself. I think he's going to get a points decision.
Go for that points win.
Callum
Simpson then. Yeah. Obviously, after being dropped, I think it was 2-3 times against Ivan Zuko. He's got a bit of a point to prove in the early stages of this fight and how he handles an experienced opponent in Troy Williamson. Is the sky the limit for Callum at 29 years old? Do we think as a super middleweight he can make it to those world stages? Or do we think, depending on how this fight goes, that it could be roughly European level or international level?
I don't think we've seen enough, Eric, do you?
I think the super middleweight division right now, with obviously we're going to touch on Bud retiring, the belts are fragmented. I don't think there's going to be an undisputed champion at 168 for a long time, if there is another one for the next 5 to 10 years. I'll be honest. Because there's no guy in the super middleweight division, that I think that blows everybody out. I think a lot of fighters can beat each other. So Callum Simpson certainly has a chance. He comes through this with flying colours. There's a belt. There's the world level there waiting for him because those belts are going to get vacated. Bud's retired now, so those belts realistically are vacated. You can go one of those routes. Knowing Ben Shalom and Boxer, they will move him to the least, the one that's the easiest fight, which will probably be what belt has he got? Has he got a trinket? I know he's got the European belt, but sanctioning bodies. Is it WBC he's sanctioning at? Because
I thought it was WBA, but I might be wrong there.
Is it WBA? I'm not sure because I know obviously Hamza Shiraz is there. He's going to be fighting Christian and Billy for the WBC title. There we are. Raz just put in the chat the WBO. Shiraz versus Pacheco, WBC, Canelo versus Billy, IBF, Simpson versus Iglesias, and WBA Resendiz versus Melakuziev. So Simpson versus Iglesias for the IBF. The IBF title is predominantly what British fighters win first. It's normally the first world title at the IBF because you get you get into place. The reason is because you get into position to fight. You get into position to fight for the world title, and the IBF is the only one that will say you are fighting for that title or that guy's getting stripped. Every other sanctioning body messes about with interim champion and this and that. So yeah, it might seem the shit one, but it's the only one that gives the UK fighters and the European fighters a fair shake, because Americans think they're bigger than everybody else and they don't have to fight anybody because the fans don't know them. So yeah, the IBF is where you get your shot. You 100% get your shot. You get to that number one position, you're gonna get your shot. So if Callum Simpson can do that, I'm not sure if this fight has an eliminator on it. to be honest. It might just be for the European title, but he'll be defending that for the first time. Is that the first defence, Ricky?
What for the?
Is this going to be European or is it second defence?
He won it against Zuko, didn't
he? Yeah. So this is his first defence of the title. He defends the title. Hopefully, Ben can get him an eliminator for the IBF. If he can do that, then Callum certainly he's got a future. But this is a big test for him. It's a good name, a name people knows, and it's a good fighter as well. Whether he's on the back end or not, Troy Williamson is a good fighter.
Yeah, he is, and he can't be taken lightly. Boys, again, Saturday night, but over in Africa, we have the main event of Craig Richards against Dan Aziz. First and foremost, though, and what more importantly for me is Leo Tang is back out for his third bout. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing how he performs. He's going against the undefeated fighter as well. Obviously he's not really known, but he'll be known in Africa. I don't really know many of them on the card. They all seem to be pretty much African talent. But Craig Richards, Dan Aziz, who have you got in this one, boys, and why?
Eric, do you want to start us off, bro?
I've got Craig Richards. Just on the fact that I believe Craig is a better boxer than Dan. Dan certainly he's a workhorse. He can outwork Craig if Craig doesn't let his hands go like he didn't in the Willie Hutchinson fight. He didn't do nowhere near in the Willie Hutchinson fight. So Dan Aziz can certainly outwork Richards if Richards isn't active. But if we're going on both fighters being at their best, I believe Craig Richards wins this fight on points. I don't believe Dan Aziz gets stopped. Although Craig Richards can punch, it would be a very good stoppage if he could stop him. But I don't see him stopping him. I think it's a unanimous decision for Craig Richards.
CJ, what do you think, mate?
Let me just, Brian, he's on about medical centre. No, I ain't commented on that yet, mate, to be fair, but he's just wrote a comment.
That is on my agenda anyway to go through. Gotta get a local boy some light.
Yeah, absolutely. He just wrote there about get Ash on your channel, Ash Martin. I know Ricky and Eric have met Leo. I've met Leo before and they've interviewed him, but me and Ash butt heads a bit, Bryce, so I can't see that happening, mate, because I think I'd get him told to fuck off, if I'm being honest, so we'll spare that from this channel. In fact, 100% I'll tell him to fuck off, so not for me. Maybe I'll skip that one if you two want him on, but no.
We might get that one on when CJ books a holiday day.
Yeah, you can do that, man. Yeah.
CJ's on holiday. When CJ's on
he
holiday,
thinks the same of me.
I am. Yeah, it's when CJ's on holiday. For sure, we can get somewhere. So I can slag CJ off to us, and we can all laugh at him. So no, but yeah, we'll have anybody on. At the end of the day, there's certain people I don't like in boxing, and if we was to interview them, I wouldn't say no to the channel. I probably just wouldn't be on that interview because we want to grow. We want to be able to get everybody and anybody on here. But we also want to be able to speak our minds as well. This isn't where we butter everybody up because they're coming on our channel. We're boxing fans with opinions at the end of the day. If you don't like it, a lot of people ain't going to like it, but it is what it is. What's next, Ricky?
Yeah, just CJ.
Oh, CJ.
Dan Aziz. You got Dan Aziz who's sort of rebuilding. You got Craig Richards who's on a roll. Who have you got in that fight, mate?
I think I've backed Aziz, and literally I've taken Eric's words there because he's a big dirty old diesel engine, and he can just keep going and going and going. Unfortunately, if there's no one I do like, Brian, that's the problem, mate. That's why we're struggling. There's plenty I don't like. Dan Aziz for me. I do like Spider. It would not surprise me at any point if Craig turns it up and gives Dan Aziz a real tough night. But I don't know. It's just something inside me saying that Dan is going to outwork Spider and just take the points off him, just score and score and score and score. It's Dan Aziz for me, buddy.
Yeah, see, I'm a bit torn between the two. You've got Dan Aziz, who is rebuilding. He suffered the losses against like the likes of Boatsy. You got Craig Richards, who's also been in with the likes of Bivol. He's been in with Josh Boatsy again, beaten by Willie Hutchinson. I feel like they're both at the same sort of. I feel like Craig Richards is in probably a better place in his journey currently as Dan Aziz is rebuilding. They're both at the same age. It's one of those where it's quite a close fight for me. I'm not sure who takes it. I like Dan Aziz, and I probably like Dan Aziz a little bit more than Richard. So just off of that basis, I probably would go with him, or maybe on like a points win. But for me, it's quite a close fight. I feel like it's going to be an entertaining fight as well. They both got decent power in the shots. They both can box.
I can see it be close, mate.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a close affair.
Yeah.
And I am struggling with it. I wouldn't be surprised if it were a draw, if I'm honest.
They're both at similar stages of the career as well. They're both at similar stages of the career. So yeah. Either way, I generally, like I said earlier, I think Dan can certainly outwork Craig. I definitely can, but I also think Craig can outbox Dan. So it's just who makes the fight their fight for me. Whoever can make the fight their fight is because it either needs to be a boxing match or it needs to be a firefight. If it's a firefight, I believe Dan Aziz wins a firefight, as in because he'll outwork Richards. I don't think Richards will let his hands go enough if it's a firefight. But if it's a boxing match, I believe Craig can certainly pick his shots, and he could hurt Dan as well. He could hurt Dan because Craig punches. He punches. It's a very good fight. I like it. I like the fact it's in Africa. The first fight out there. I enjoy that. That Eric versus CJ, bro. I'm not even a middleweight.
That's like fucking AJ versus Jake Paul.
Jack, that's a story for another show. That's a story for another show, Jack. I'm trying to keep my blood pressure down, so don't get me fucking wound up with him. But
boys, Jack, I am fighting next year. CJ's training me. We're not fighting each other. I'm fighting next year. I'm gonna do either a white
there might be some sparring going on.
I'm doing.
Fucking hell, Jack!
What am I doing, CJ?
You going in camp with me, man? He's gonna smash it, is Eric? But hey, listen, Jack. If you think you could bet me for 12 3-minute rounds at minute shape I'm in, you're fucking dreaming, pal. I could eat 12 foot long Subways, but that's about it for now.
Fucking hell, I love the Subway. Boys, Sunday in Africa again, the main event. We've got Ebenezer Tete against Lawrence Okoli. You got Tony Yoka against Patrick Cote. No, we haven't, mate. But you know what? I'm sure this was like a short note, like last minute thing. I didn't hear fuck all about it until somebody put it on the WhatsApp group.
It was.
Elvis Ahoga against Harley Ben.
I thought it was like January.
It's Sunday.
Lawrence Okoli or something like that. I didn't even realise.
No. Heavyweight division is still making his mark.
Ebenezer Tete. Tete fought the last 3 times. Tete has fought Dillian White. Dillian White got beat by Dillian White, who looked absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Got beat by Fraser Clark, we've just seen what's happened. Yeah. Why is Lawrence Okoli fighting this guy? This
showcasing
is not the fight. I understand the show, and I get. You know what it is. I get it. I'm just thinking that I do get it because it's in Africa. Okoli wants to be on that card. Wants to fight in Africa. I think he's back with Matchroom now. That tells me. I'm guessing he's back with Matchroom because of this, which is very strange after how they split. So yeah, but I don't like the fight. I get it because he obviously wants to think about. I don't like it. Do not like the fight.
The only fight
terrible.
I give a fuck about that has Lawrence Cole in it is the Richard Riakporhe fight. Where is this fight?
Yeah.
Where is it, CJ? And why the fuck haven't got it yet?
I don't know, but that Ebenezer Tete, man, I mean, the last time I seen him when he boxed Dillian White in fucking Gibraltar, they were both just fucking falling over. I've never seen anything like it. Horrific. I know showcasing, right? But come on, Lawrence, what a horrific bout it is. He's going to absolutely smoke him out of there. And if he doesn't, that's a massive, massive worry for Cole.
That's the problem. That's the problem, CJ. If he doesn't, what does this do? Like, it's a lose-lose, in my opinion, with fans anyway. I understand for him personally, fighting in Africa is probably one of his things he wants to do. So go and do your thing. But outside of that, when it comes to boxing and after this fight, if you don't knock this guy out, where are your opportunities going to come?
Exactly
That's the problem.
Exactly that. Boys, just let me read out this comment. Out this comment. We've got a show. There's a show booked in for me for Tommill ABC. They're looking for sponsors. My son, he might be making his, I believe it might be his first competitive amateur boxing bout on it. Anybody wants to chip in, Jack Gladman, any of you guys on here in the comments want to chip in for the sponsorship, just get in touch with Brian. It'll be a great show. And there's some really great talent in that gym as well. So tune in with that one.
How much is it to sponsor a fight, Brian?
I'll tell you what,
Let us know.
I was about to say, us as Crossroads might have to. We'll probably chip in to sponsor, sponsor some as a channel. As a channel, definitely to support.
Got the Crossroads in Boxing podcast. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jimmy Kane, the South Shield dancers.
There's a banner at the bottom of the screen. 1 second, Rick. There's a banner at the bottom of the screen. That is a podcast I did with one of my childhood mates. He started doing YouTube. His channel is a time traveler's journal. He did a boxing episode which I did with him. It's a podcast where we sit down and talk about boxing history and how it's different to today. I think it's about half an hour long. Check it out. It's got sick graphics where it's animated as well. So if everyone could check it out, give it a like, a comment. He's one of my best mates who I grew up with. So yeah, just check that out if you will. Go on, Rick.
100%.
Don't you be fucking off and leaving us, Eric, to go on another podcast?
No. It was a sit down podcast where we just chopped it up. Him and
CJ,
his co-host who's from America.
No, we didn't get invited.
Fucking joke that.
Nah.
Right, boys. As we all know, our main man in the corner, CJ, Spate Fitness, was out Friday night. Actually, it might have been a Friday night at Cannon Hill Medical Centre. We had main event. We had Conor Murray against Miroslav Serdan, but we had known faces around our areas: Amar Akbar, the future guest Red Johnson, Adam Geelan, Kelsey Leonard, Joshua Sims, Jimmy Joe Flint made his return after that injury that we saw him out in against that kid at Eco Power. You got Gideon Anabar, former guest as well, who impressed with a second round stoppage with a fucking well-timed backhand. Tyler Nampard and Mohamed Saban picking up wins as well. We can't see any of these fights. We saw the highlights, saw the videos from family members that posted. CJ, that night, what were it like, my friend? Come on.
I'm just imagining Brian's face. By the way. I'm just imagining Brian's face right now. There was some hard fights on there. Josh Sims as well, guys. Doncaster heavyweight made his debut against think it's Ryan Vickers or Sam Vickers, who was a tough kid. That was a fucking hard bout for his debut. Yeah, tough bout. He's get back to training camp and push on for that one. Joe Hardy boxed Adam Geelan. They've met twice now. I think they got a draw on the first one. Joe put Adam through his paces again. Jimmy Joe looked fantastic. that's what I was waiting for. Brian fucking shite. Yeah, Jimmy Joe looked brilliant, and the journeyman, I forget his name. If one of you could pull that up, he's retiring. That was his last fight. So congratulations to that fella. Who else did we get? Yeah, Conan boxed well once he stuck to his jab, stuck to the game plan. I mean, that Miroslav was hard, man. What a hard man. I think he was Chechnyan or something. His Russian trainer was like really like ruthless to me and like really abrupt with everything. Stool, water, like that. He was proper like shouting at me through the corner. But yeah, there was some tough fights on there. There was an Irish lass as well. And I was in her corner. I was actually in the home corner for that one. She was brilliant. She looked really sharp. I think that was her 4th professional fight. So
Kelsey Leonard, was it?
Kelsey Leonard, yeah, she looked fantastic. And she said she'd come on the show anytime. That'd be a good one to get on. But yeah, it's always good to have his local shows. I'm always in the away corner, so I get the shit end of the stick. But yeah.
Yeah, Judas boy.
Judas boy. We always need to...
yeah, but we love you. How did Jimmy Joe get on, Siege?
Jimmy looked great, man. He was steady away. He wasn't blowing any gaskets in there, but yeah, he looked sharp as anything, man. His punches looked like they were really hurting. I'm excited to see what they're going to put in front of Jimmy next. He's had an up and down career, hasn't he? He's had some great, fantastic highs, and then I've also been there when he's come away with a loss for the Central area against that Scottish kid that came down to box him. But I think Jimmy Joe is primed and ready now to step up. Absolutely.
Yeah. Boys,
actually, it was frustrating.
Go on.
Yeah, I was just saying, Ricky, it was frustrating because the first couple of rounds of that fight, what we were watching, where he got injured, he was doing well, and even with the injury, to go the distance with one arm, it just shows the ability he's got. It really does show the ability he's got, and hopefully he gets them opportunities again. As he puts him in there with somebody with a name, because like the Campbell Hatton fights, the names he steps up to the names. He can beat these guys. He just needs to stay disciplined and keep doing it. But I definitely look forward to seeing what Jimmy can do going forward.
Yeah.
Go on, Rick.
He's been hit with a couple of unfortunate events as well, and obviously he pushed on from the Campbell Hatton first win. He got beat in a closely fought contest after suffering horrendous cuts against the other, I can't remember his bloody name. Then he went back, beat Campbell again, got the fight against this lad at the Eco Power. he boxed with one arm from, I can't remember what round it were, third round maybe, and he was still doing really well. Yeah, exactly. And he showed some great courage in there. To a point, to be fair, there were times where me and you were thinking, saying like, chuffing out. I'm surprised that just been pulled out for how early in the fight it was.
Pulled out, yeah.
But it'd be nice to see him get. It'd be nice to see him finally get that big push on and see him really move forward with his career. Boys, I've got some news, obviously, that we've all seen circulating the internet. I know I'm moving on from this a little bit. The legend that is it of Terence Crawford retiring from the sport. What do you boys make of that? What do you guys make of it? Is it a money-making tactic like Mayweather, or is this the end? Is he done?
I don't know, because I don't think Bud's anything like Mayweather. I think Bud stands on what he says, but it's twofold really for me with Bud, because for me, retire. You've done everything. He didn't get the credit he deserved when he was earlier in his career, when he was undisputed at 140, lineal champion at 135. People wasn't giving him credit. It's like, oh, he hasn't fought anybody. moved up to 147, chasing the Earl Spence fight for so long, having to fight the likes of an old Amir Khan, Kell Brook, Sean Porter, and people still don't want to give him credit for that until he beat Earl Spence. Then he beats Canelo, and I think he's finally getting what he deserves to be the main man in the sport. And he's bowing out, which is a shame, which is really a shame that he's bowing out at this point. But if anybody deserves to bow out undefeated, it's a guy who's never had a close fight, who's knocked out a lot of opponents and tested himself. As much as people don't want to give him credit, the guys who they said that would beat him, he beat. I don't believe there's any big fights apart from say the Canelo rematch, which Abbas wants for some reason. We know why Abbas wants that. But Canelo, for what he's done in boxing, deserves a rematch. For that fight itself, if I was Bud Crawford and I didn't feel like fighting anymore, I don't blame him.
Eric, we've lost the great of the sport in Terence Crawford currently. It opens up now a spot for a new top dog within the industry.
You know who's next.
Who I believe potentially it's going to be Devin Haney. There are some others as well coming up. Shakur Stevenson. Who do you have? Who do you think will make that leap now to become the new face of boxing? We had Mayweather, Canelo for a long time. To be fair, Crawford. We've had Usyk at some time. Who do you reckon is going to take the mantle next?
I said it from the second Bud
Are you fucking called CJ?
Oh, did you say, I thought you said Eric. You said Eric.
No, you said Eric, mate. You said Eric. Yeah.
Shit.
Give him it. Go on, Eric. You're halfway there.
Go on, man. My bad. I meant CJ though.
I said from the second, fuck CJ. I said from the second, Bud retired. The minute Bud retired, I don't even think it was 30 seconds gone. I said it's a Devin Haney era. I only say that because, one, I'm trolling. Two, I believe he's the only young guy who's chasing the belts, who's chasing accolades. And when you're chasing accolades, people can shit on you all they want. But if you keep winning as people shit on you, one day you will get that recognition of being that guy. I think Bud started getting it leading up to the Earl Spence fight. I think people started believing he was that guy because I think he stopped like 11. How many opponents did he stop in a row? I think it's like 11 opponents in a row. He'd stopped before the Earl Spence fight. So yeah, I think Devin Haney's at that point of his career where you either like him or you hate him. And as a boxer, that is where you want to be. You don't want to be in between where nobody cares about you. You want to be in a fight where people want you to lose, not because they think you will lose of your talent. They want you to lose because they don't like you, or you've got a fan base who actually like you and believe in you. So I think it's a perfect place to be in Devin Haney's career, and I think he's the next one that will be. It will be his era, and he'll take over. And 154
CJ.
will be his toughest fight.
CJ, go on then, mate. Who do you reckon is going to take the mantle?
Controversial, but delicious, Ori.
I ain't asking you no more.
Bloody hell. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. You could have said Conor Ben.
Inoue for me, I still think Inoue's got plenty to do in the sport. I fucking love watching him. That's not disagreeing with Eric at all of Devin Haney. He's an absolute superstar. I'm excited to see more of Inoue. I hope he gets a bit more limelight. Moses Atauma as well is going to start stepping up in the heavyweight division. That's something to be excited for.
Great show.
There's a lot really. Do you know?
Dan, get out of the Dan. Can we ban Dan?
Go away, Dan.
Can we ban him from the comments?
Ricky, what about you?
From the comments.
Who are you excited for?
I know it gets a lot of negative feedback, but I do love watching Shakur. I love his defensive
I like Shakur.
There's not many boxers that master the defensive ability, but while being able to stay in the pocket, and he's so good at doing it. But the ones I think that could take the world by storm next year, you've got Bam Bam Rodriguez, you've got Inoue, you've got Atoma, you've got Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney is going to be the obvious choice. You've got Bivol still coming off of that Beterbiev win. I feel like there's a few, but I like Shakur. I really want to see Shakur push on now and get onto those new heights. But what I've just looked at on the calendar, and I didn't actually know this, but obviously next Thursday is Christmas, so we're not going to be on. This could potentially be our last show of the year.
Why do you think I made the tune? Why do you think I made the Merry Christmas tune? What I
want to say is, for you all, like for you, even in the comments, getting involved in the comments for, because we've been doing this for all year. There's been everybody tuning in since day one. Eric, I'll start with you. What's been your favourite moment of Crossroads this year?
Crossroads this year, coming back after the Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. fight, and everything I said came.
Yeah.
No. Let me not seriously. Seriously, this year has been mad because I started this. Was it the beginning of this year? We started it, CJ. This is our first. This is our first Christmas. So, beginning of this year, I started this with Rico. We spoke about it. Spoke about doing a show. He wanted me to do a show. I think December this time last year. It was at a 505 watch party. And I said, yeah, I'll do it. Did it. So one of my mates recommended CJ to come on just to give an interview, but what CJ didn't realise that was his interview to get to be part of the podcast. And then CJ knowing Ricky, and Ricky only wanted to come and do some writing. You wanted to do some writing. But this
fucking stuck with cunt now, aren't we?
This year for the podcast it's been massive. It's definitely, we've done way better than I expected us to do, for me to do, because at the beginning it expected me to do. CJ, you helped massively, helped my confidence, because I've really been on camera talking. It feels like I'm really talking to random, you know what I mean, talking to nobody. So CJ helping me out just made me comfortable doing this, and then Ricky, you coming on. I think as a three, I think we work brilliantly. We all have similar thoughts on how we see boxing, although we have our disagreements on stuff, which is brilliant. Now I've enjoyed this year, and the best part of it is having you two as my co-hosts, and we've done a year, near enough a year. Yeah, enough a year. The podcast been going. It's nearly been a year the podcast been going, but it's because you two have come on board and kept me earnest and kept me wanting to do this. At times when I couldn't be asked, you know what I mean? But it kept me wanting to do it and kept me pushing. So, definitely you two being involved with this.
Oh, that's nice. That.
Go on, Steve. Sorry.
You see, you just did it then.
Again. Fucking hell, I did.
You see, stop blaming me for talking.
Sorry, Eric, mate.
No, the show's grown massively. Having it with you two has been fantastic. We've bonded well with it. We've had some great guests, and we've had some great people who comment constantly. Jack Gladman, Dan, obviously Ra, Trey. I've enjoyed every interview. A massive shout out on that interview. I can't fucking remember who it was. It was something to do with Misfits. That Cockney lad you had on, and I couldn't understand a fucking word he was saying. Do you remember?
Cockney lad. Which one?
Did he do a white collar? No, he did.
Yeah, Zarel. Yeah, Zarel.
Couldn't understand a word he was saying. Shout out to that one, because I was just like,
we're after.
Yeah. I was just like, I don't know what you're on about there, but. Truthfully, it might sound harrowing, but it was probably the Ricky Hatton show. It meant a lot to me personally. It was tough. I couldn't help. It's giving me goosebumps now. Like thinking back, welling up. It touched me personally. The mental health side of it, that meant a lot to me. That I think it brought out a different side to all three of us, and a side of, you know, we talk boxing, we give honest opinions and everything, but we actually gave a bit of raw emotion on that one, and it's a special one for me. That absolutely.
Yeah, it's been a great year. So it's been something that I never thought I'd ever do. I've never liked like the YouTube podcasting stuff. Like I say, I only really wanted to come on and just do the articles, and hopefully people are tuning in and read. But no, it's been a really good ride, and I've really enjoyed it. I feel like some of my favorite parts have been the guests. We've had some fantastic guests from all different angles of boxing. So we've had the guy who created the boxing kits for the likes of Terry Harper and other boxers like that around the local areas. We had the book author, who CJ bought his book. We've had the boxers on. We've had Casey Ducey, Gideon Anabar, we've had Conor Kelsall,
Adam Smith.
And that's the big one I'm building up to there. Adam Smith, the voice of boxing, probably the most famous guest to date in the sport. Making him laugh, hearing his stories, listening to everything he's been through, his own battles with his own personal health, as well as the tribute to the young girl that died of cancer. Is it O'Connor's?
Georgia O'Connor. Georgia O'Connor,
yeah. So again, very emotional, and Adam Smith knew her well. But like I said, listen to her stories of him dealing with the winners, dealing with the losers. The Ricky Hatton show is obviously CJ, a lot of stuff, and then obviously going out to the shows as well. First time experience on interviewing in the field, interviewing the likes of Leo Tang, Dalton Smith, Ellie Hallowell, seeing the boxers up close, seeing the sport up close. It's been a really, really good ride, and I'm looking forward to jumping into 2026 and building even further. And honestly, a massive thank you to everybody that tunes in every day, every week with us. Even when it were 2 shows a week and we're just boring the fucking life out of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Because at one point we were like hitting like over hundreds of views per show. Obviously, it died down a bit when everything died down a little bit with us. But we're going to have a really good year next year, and there's going to be a lot of content coming through, loads of interviews, loads of guests, loads of things that we're going to be doing each month with each other as well. It's going to be fucking great, and I'm really
man. Just a few to name of for next year. What we're getting locked in of 2 local fighters coming on together. Casey Ducey and Huey, they're going to come on and do a show together. I've got that nailed on. We just need a date. And Izzy Asif has promised me that he's going to come on as well. I was at the show with him the other week. So, and he's just been voted number 2 promoter in the world by Ring Magazine. Can we just say so? To get him on will be a massive achievement. One comment there, James Jimmy K, who always watches every month. It's a sad day, but a special day for him. Rest in peace for Kim there, mate. So, you know, big love, sending you massive love there, mate. I know it's a strong day for you, mate. So thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. Next year is a massive year, really. There's a lot going on. I'm wanting to get back in the ring, so I've put it out. I've said it out of my mouth, so I have to do it. But I'm going to vlog everything. The videos will be probably on my TikTok, and we'll post them to the channel where I'm doing my training and stuff like that. I will be training with CJ, probably getting beat up by Ricky at some point in sparring. But yeah, next year we'll be going to a lot more shows as well next year. Out in the field doing interviews. Ricky and CJ will be doing most of the interviews. I'll be watching fights. But it is. I'm looking forward to next year. I really am. This first year was definitely dipping our toes in the water. Next year we're off swimming. And
also mentioning guest Jack Gladman, who tunes in every week as well. Matchmaker. Jack. We can't forget you, Jack. Thank you for tuning in every single week.
Jack is a part of our planet, our show. Jack is I talked to Jack personally. Jack gives he's a brilliant manager and promoter. Check him out. Anyone watching this later on, as like CJ likes to say, anyone watching later, tomorrow, next week, next year. give Jack Ladman a shout. Great promoter for young talent as well.
Great promoter, former Olympian. Go on, Jack. Have your way with it.
Go on. You can show us all up again. Boys, I did make some for yous. A little quiz that I feel like we should do now towards the end of the show, just to bow out of the Christmas special, to test your knowledge. It's going to be Eric versus CJ. Keep the fucking comments off as well, because I don't want nobody cheating here. Who wants odds and who wants evens? I'll keep score.
Fucking hell, I've seen your scoring with Boxing League, mate.
I tuned into the Boxing League.
You somehow got first place last week. I don't know how, but...
CJ, yeah. I know. Cheating bastard. It's rigged. Right, who's taking odds? Who's taking odds?
Me. I'll have odds.
Right, first question then. Who defeated Oscar De La Hoya in 2007 to become the WBC Super Welterweight champion?
Floyd Mayweather.
That is correct.
Oh,
CJ,
mate,
in 2001, who did Lennox Lewis defeat in their heavyweight rematch?
CJ or me? Oh, me.
Hasim Rahman.
Yes, mate. Yeah, that's correct.
Good finger.
Eric, which boxer ended Mike Tyson's career by defeating him in 2005?
Lennox. No, that was in 2001. Lennox Lewis.
No, that's incorrect, mate. In 2005. Go on, Siege, for an extra point.
McBride.
Yeah, that's correct. Kevin McBride. CJ, question 4. What was the result of the first Manny Pacquiao versus Juan Marquez fight in 2004?
What was the result?
Yeah.
Marquez knocked him out.
Nope.
Marquez knocked him out. Eric?
Draw,
that is correct. Eric, number 5. Which boxer gave Roy Jones Jr. his first defeat that was not a disqualification in 2004?
I
want to say Bernard Hopkins.
That is incorrect. CJ?
Oh,
no, I'm going to have to pass it.
Antonio Tarver.
Fucking it was
CJ.
between them two. It was between them two.
Number 6. Who knocked
knew it
out
was
Paul
a fucking
Williams in
ball.
2010 with a famous one-punch KO?
Sergio Martinez.
Yes, that is correct, mate. Yeah.
You chammy twat.
Fucking hell. Eric,
I pulled that out my ass.
Which boxer defeated Amir Khan in 2012 to become the WBA Super Champion at light welterweight?
Light welterweight.
Yeah.
What year?
2012.
Oh my god. It's not that fucking when he got stopped in the first round, is it? What's he called?
No,
Brady
that's years
Prescott.
ago. That's years ago.
It was fucking Danny Garcia then.
No, CJ.
Really?
Really, mate, really.
Oh, no, it is. No, it is. It shouldn't have even lost. He shouldn't have lost. It was fucking shit refereeing. He couldn't have even fucking lost.
Shut up, man.
Lamont Peterson.
Pass.
Lamont Peterson.
Marco
Lamont
Maidana.
Peterson.
No, Marco Maidana.
He beat Maidana.
Fucking
He
hell.
beat Maidana.
He beat Maidana.
Maidana.
He did, yeah.
He beat Maidana.
Who did? Bastard.
He stopped him. I was
I'm going to have to freaking disqualify that question.
He's having that point. Don't you give him a point?
You can have that point. I've written that wrong. My bad, boys.
No.
Fucking hell, blooper. Number 8.
I'm like,
Number 8. Who won the Super 6 World Boxing Classics in 2011?
In what way?
super middleweight.
Super middleweight.
Super middleweight. Yeah. It's an easy one.
And Andre, son of God Ward.
That's it, mate. Yeah.
You
Eric,
said
who
Andre,
knocked out
it's wrong, it's Andre.
George Groves in front of 80,000 people at Wembley back in 2014?
The Cobra struck.
Go on.
Crawford.
That's it, mate. CJ,
I'm
who won
nervous.
the
I'm
Gatti Award
nervous.
finale?
Fucking hell.
What was that? What was
Mickey Ward. Mickey Ward.
And Arturo Gatti.
The last one.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I've dropped a clanger there, haven't I?
What was the what?
Who won the trilogy fight between Arturo Gatti and Mickey Ward?
I thought it was.
I know, come on, CJ.
I thought
Number
it was
11, Eric, which boxer became the undisputed lightweight champion in 2023?
Yeah, the one and only. Devin, the Dream, Debo, Haney.
CJ, which boxer unified the cruiserweight division in 2007 before moving up to heavyweight?
No.
Oh, fuck. Evander.
No.
Oh, fuck it. I dropped a basketball there.
Roy Jones.
No, David A.
Oh, man.
Did he unify? Oh,
I don't think he unified.
He's unified at cruiser. I thought David A, but I was like, he didn't unify, but that's a heavyweight he didn't unify. Damn. Yeah, my bad.
Eric, who defeated Vasily Lomachenko in 2020 to unify the lightweight division?
Teofimo Lopez.
That is correct. CJ, who did Kell Brook defeat in 2012 on a show titled as War of the Roses?
No, you know this one. You know this one.
I was there, me, so.
You know it. It's War of the Roses.
Matthew Atten.
That is correct, mate. Yeah. 15, Eric. Who infamously said, "I will never let a white boy beat me" during their build-up fight against Joe Calzaghe?
That was Bernard Hopkins.
That is correct. CJ, who handed Katie Taylor her first and only loss back in 2023?
Chantel Cameron.
Correct.
Yes.
17. Who did Tony Bellew defeat back in 2016 for the vacant WBC cruiserweight title headlining Goodison Park?
Macabre. What was it? Lunga Macabre.
Well done, Eric. That's a good one.
18. CJ, who was the boxer that handed Ricky Hatton his first knockdown back in 2002?
Oh,
so Ricky Hatton got knocked down. Yeah, it was McGee. Yeah, Eamon McGee. Go on.
I tell you what, that is sick.
That was quick. I didn't think you'd get that one, you know.
Listen.
Who did 19, Eric? Who did Terence Crawford defeat in 2014 to claim the WBO World Lightweight title?
Ricky Burns.
That's correct.
Oh, well done, mate.
Terence Crawford fan. Question 20. CJ, who did Miguel Cotto defeat in their rematch, gaining revenge after controversial accusations were made about plaster inside the gloves during their first fight?
Antonio Margarito.
Yes. And then I've got some bonus ones. No, I've got a couple of bonus ones for you. For a bit of fun. Come on.
I think we're even.
No, you're not actually. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points to Eric. 5, 6, 7, 8 points to CJ.
Fuck off! I want to recount.
We're close. To be fair, I thought that question, otherwise it'd have been 8 apiece.
It's 8 apiece. It is 8 apiece. It's 8 apiece.
We're going into sudden death now. Then.
Oh, I hate stuff like this, man.
Eric, what is the highest grossing boxing fight of all time?
Oh,
You get an extra point if you know
Uh-huh.
how much it grossed around about
Of all time,
of all
it,
time.
it has to be Mayweather versus McGregor.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
No?
No.
No, it's not what I've got.
Have they got Pacquiao? Who they got?
Got
It has
Pacquiao,
to be.
yeah.
It's
Got
Six-
Pacquiao over
six-
over 600 million.
what? That gross more than McGregor? Jesus, I'm.
I wouldn't have said
was
that, Eric. I'd have said
not
McGregor.
said that. There's no way
The
that
century,
fight.
weren't it?
That fight did not garner more. I don't get
It
that.
according
But,
to Google, my brother.
go on, CJ. Your
Number
question.
2, CJ. What is the highest attendance for a boxing bout between the years 2000 and 2025?
Fuck off, Ricky. Fucking hell.
No, what's the fight? What's the fight?
What was the fight that got the highest
Between
attendance?
2000 and 2025.
Well, the big AJ Dubois was at the Open Stadium.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going for.
AJ Dubois.
Yeah.
Eric, do you want to know how many fans were there though at that fight?
I don't know how many were. If you're asking,
Over 98,000 there were.
fucking hell.
Eric, question 23. What was the Ring Magazine's upset of the year for 2024?
2024, I think they gave upset of the year. They should have given upset of the year to this. If they didn't, I remember watching the awards and I can't remember who they gave it to, but it was Bruno Serraz versus Munguia.
Correct. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done, mate. That's a right point there.
Question
I thought they gave it.
4. What was the Ring Magazine 2024 Fight of the Year, CJ?
2024.
Fight of the Year.
Let me have a think. Who fucking? I can't think who fought last week.
You boys better not tie on this because I've only got 26 questions written out.
I actually think. I don't know. I think I'm wrong, but I think it was Raymond Ford won it, but I can't fucking remember who he fought, so I'm going to lose a point with that.
Nick Ball. Fought Nick
Go
Ball.
on.
You fought who?
Nick Ball.
Nah, it was Raymond Ford, but it was Otabek versus Kolmatov. I feel like you get half a point for that, CJ. I feel like you can have half a point, brother. Right, Eric,
Half a point
which
for
two
what?
boxers?
Where's Raymond Ford coming to this? Like
Raymond Ford versus Otabek fucking Kolmatov.
Oh, right.
I don't know, I've questioned that, bro.
Yeah,
Number
that was a
5,
hard
which
one, to
two
be fair.
boxers, Eric, have the most cruiserweight title defenses at 13 apiece?
13 is Jesus Christ. That's surely Evander Holyfield's one of them.
No, that's what I'd say.
He's not.
No, he's not.
13 title defenses at cruiserweight. Yeah, I ain't got a fucking clue.
Go on, Siege.
Johnny
I
Nelson.
ain't got.
That's one.
Oh, you fucking knobhead. I
You
know
get the
that one
other?
as well. I know that one as well.
I'd have to pass. I wouldn't know another.
Go on then, Eric. Give me the other one.
No, I knew the Johnny Nelson one.
The other boxer is one I knew as well. It's Marco Huck.
Marco
Oh,
Huck,
German.
fucking hell. Okay,
Yeah.
I remember when he lost Arthur Abraham. Fucking day.
DJ, question 6. Who did Prince Nazim defeat in 2002 before ending his career?
Calvo.
Calvo, yeah. Calvo.
Fucking shout.
That
That is a shout.
Calvo.
I knew. You know what it is? I knew he had one more fight after he got beat by Barrera. I never knew the name. I never knew the name. That is fucking class, CJ.
To be fair,
that was
with that half a point that I gave you for the Raymond Ford, that leaves you on 10.5 and sit on Eric on 10.
Yeah,
Is that
listen, that you
That's it,
deserve
boys.
that.
No,
You
listen,
deserve
no,
that.
take the half. I'll take that draw all day long with Eric because you said no stats and figures.
That was sick, that. Ricky, I enjoyed that.
You know that
was
Amir
great.
Khan question? That was fucking Chat GPT. That one, the fucking thick cunt.
When you said got beat, I was thinking, well, he got beat by Danny Garcia for the WBC.
Yeah, it must have meant Lamont Peterson. So I used it for the first, I think, so many questions, and then I fucked it off because it was shit. And that
Can I tell you, the anxiety you have just put me through with that was not worth it because I feel sick. The stress you have caused me during that time.
Yeah, listen, boys, this has been a very good end of the year show. We will be back. When, are we back next year or are we back this year?
Nah, we're back fucking next year.
We're back next year.
Oh, there's some comments and all questions. Fucking hell.
Yeah, Jack's been answering all questions. Jack's been answering all questions.
Has he?
Oh, if I'd have known that, I'd have loaded comments up, but I can't fucking do it, can I?
Oh, fucking hell.
I've got parental parameters.
Jack put Marco Maidana and all, so, yeah.
You what?
Jack put Marco Maidana for that Amir Khan question.
No, can't beat him because he got up from a knockdown, didn't he?
Dropped him, didn't he, with that body shot?
Body shot, yeah. Yeah. That's why I was thinking, when you said loss, I was like, well,
yeah, do you know what, mate?
Brady Prescott was at lightweight. Brady Prescott was at lightweight. That wasn't at super lightweight. I'm sure that was at lightweight. Lamont Peterson was at super lightweight, and I knew he'd lost that fight. That was a bullshit decision, by the way, because the ref kept fucking pissing about with saying that he was pushing. And Lamont Peterson was awful that fight. I was fuming.
Jack.
Right. Chaps, I'm going to have to disappear. I need to go.
Yeah, we're going. That's it.
Jack,
thank you.
Just a quick one, Jack. Argue with fucking Google.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Again, as usual, CJ's got a bounce. I've got a bounce because my pizza's ready. But yeah, it's been a great year. Great end to the year. Thank you to my two co-hosts, Ricky, the Hands of Stone, and CJSPA. Yeah, we shall see you next year. New year, same old three Yorkshire guys talking shit.
Boom. Merry fucking Christmas.
Out, people. Merry Christmas, and listen to our out.
RBH North Presence, Merry Crossroads Boxing. Lads, wrapped up warm in the frost. Eric the van driver, Ricky on the tracks, CJ in the corner, spreading that Yorkshire Christmas block. Inside, a couple pints by the fire, straight talk, no filter on the mic. Previews, predictions, breaking down the fight. This is Crossroads Boxing, where the real ones meet. RBH North, feel the Yorkshire Christmas beat. We bring on the fighters, the managers too, promoters spilling secrets, interviews coming through.